Well, the Democrats have seceded from the Union for the second time in their history and declared war on an incoming president. I mean, this is really has one precedent, which is when Abraham Lincoln was elected in 1960. Before he could do anything, really, the Democrats had declared war on him. And that's what's happened with Trump. He didn't get a honeymoon. He didn't get 7 seconds of a honeymoon.
No.
Before they were calling for impeachment, smearing him and attacking him in ways that you can't keep a democracy together if it gets so vicious and vitriolic and so out of control. And we have all these non-events which the Democrats exploit because they have a kept media that does their dirty work for them. And then there's all these Obama appointees in the deep state. There's a report that 60% of the NSC staffers are Obama appointments. And, these are radicals. These are people who want to change the country and want to take us down, both domestically and internationally.
Yesterday, I was just going to say, yesterday at the Coast Guard graduation speech, President Trump, you're basically echoing his comments from yesterday. We give a quick listen to what President Trump had to say at the Coast Guard Academy.
Look at the way I've been treated lately, especially by the media. No politician in history, and I say this with great surety, has been treated worse or more unfairly. You can't let them get you down. You can't let the critics and the naysayers get in the way of your dreams.
It's good. A little bit of a fighting spirit there, David.
Well, a lot of it. When you compare him to the rest of the Republican Party, he's got a ton of it, which is why I supported him and why I wrote this book. Everything he said is true. And backing down is the worst thing that you can do, because it's like when chickens peck another chicken to death, they see a little blood on the neck and they all go after them. And Republicans, the first thing they do is start jumping ship. I hope that this week is the beginning of Republicans beginning to rally around their president. This is hugely important. And the way he's being, taken down, this thing with the, sharing the classified information with the Russians. First of all, there's no story whatsoever there.
Well,
the president has the authority to declassify information. Every American should wish that he could take the Russians into camp to fight the Islamic radicals. Russia is under threat from Islamists, beginning with the Chechens. Mm-hmm. They should naturally be allied with us in this. And if Trump wants to share, this thing about computers being bombs, good. And it wouldn't be a story except for the leakers, except for people inside the White House who leaked this and should be in jail for it.
Well, no, you know what, David? I'm going to take that one step further. This shouldn't be a story because the one person who was in the room that was identified in the initial story by the Washington Post, which was the National Security Advisor himself, H.R. McMaster, said this is not a story. This didn't happen. The president is the commander-in-chief. He can share with heads of state things that he feels like he needs to share with them. He knocked it down. He said it's not a story. And then for 2 days, we had people saying, oh, I think you were kind of parsing your words. And the other day at a news conference, he said, no. But the media ran with it anyway. The editors at the Washington Post ran with it anyway.
Well, these are seditious rags, the Washington Post is. It's completely untrustworthy. And it's totally partisan, and it's destructive. It's not just that these are partisan. Okay, you have your point of view. All of these stories are designed to destroy the Trump presidency. We haven't seen this in our lifetimes in this country. And in my view, it's because the Democratic Party is driven by an anti-American ideology called identity politics, where you're judged by your race, your color, your ethnicity, your gender, your class. This is so un-American. America is about e pluribus unum, out of many one. It's that we're all united as Americans and we don't look at each other's origins and characteristics that we can't change. Democratic Party is an anti-American party, and that's why we're in a Civil War type situation. You know, if Republicans will stand up and get their agendas through, there are Democrats who will come around. Not every Democrat is wedded to this creed.